Hi everyone, and you have started watching the Business Analyst Trainer. We are creating a complete business analysis masterclass series, which will be primarily a business analyst training. It will cover end-to-end training series, and it will have multiple videos that is designed to take you from absolute beginner to a job-ready business analyst. Why we created this? As you know, it's either lacking certain concepts or is expensive for all of you. I created this entire series completely for all of you to bridge that particular gap. Whether you are transitioning from another career, you may be a fresh graduate looking to break into tech and business, or someone working in. So this course is built for all of you, and by end of this particular course, you will understand what business analysis concept is, what methodologies and framework are used by business analysts in worldwide, and then again you confidently get the requirements, write industry standard BRDs, user stories, and map business processes. You will also understand how to collaborate with developers, project managers, and executive stakeholders without breaking a sweat. And after that, we'll also be able to perform as a business analyst to track your business analyst interviews. So let's start with this particular series, and we are into day one. So let's go into the slides for day one and understand what we cover here. In this day one, we are going to cover what business analysis is, the role of a business analyst, and then what is a project, what is project life cycle. Along with that, we will also understand what a process is and the difference between a project and a process. Let's understand what business analysis is and who is a business analyst. So, start with business analysis is the practice of understanding business needs, solving operational problems, and understanding the solution from a business point of view that is going to deliver the real value to an IT project with the organization. It's all about understanding of what business problems are, how are those evaluated into the processes, what can be improved on a particular case. Here, business analysts, they really go ahead, understand business problems of business organizations and start evaluating it to deliver a particular solution that is going to resolve or fix the issue that they have. So the process itself is called business analysis, and the person who is actually doing it is called a business analyst. In the previous slide, we have understood that the activities that a business analyst do is called business analysis, and the person who is doing it is called as a business analyst. So what those activities are, a bit more detail. Here you see the business analyst is going to understand the problem by interviewing different type of stakeholders, employees of the business organization, managers, and customers to understand what exactly is not working or what they want to improve as part of their process. Using those information and comments that they have received, he is going to understand the requirement and write documentation. If needed, he is going to go back, understand a bit more, and create the functional documentations. Once his primary documentations are ready, he will also include process map, flow charts, wireframes, and visually created information that can really help the developers to create the software or solution that they are looking at. Once the software or solution is created, then business analyst is going to test the application, validate it, and once he gets its success, then he is going to deliver that to the customers. Here again, the business analyst is actually working as a bridge between the business stakeholders as well as the functional or technical stakeholders. So he is going to translate those business understanding that he is getting into technical requirements, and then the developers and testers can use it out. Let's say, for an example, if a hospital wants an automated patient check-in kiosk, then the BA is going to interview respective stakeholders and then document those data into different workflows, requirement documentations, as well as user stories. And then the software engineers and test analysts, they are going to understand, develop, test, and finally it will go live. Next, let's explore project. A project is defined as a temporary endeavor or undertaken to create a particular product, services, or at the end it is going to give a result. It always has a fixed start date and defined finish date, and then it will have clear boundaries. So the project primarily is a temporary endeavor, and it is a one-time thing that the organizations are going to undertake. It must have a start date and an end date so that it is called as a project. And at the end of the project, it is going to deliver a value. Particularly, it could be a product, it could be a solution or a service. For an example, launching or developing a new mobile app, then developing the whole app takes a particular time, and this whole time frame is called actually as a project. Every project moves through a life cycle which is having actually five different steps. The number one is initiation, and then number two, stage two or phase two is called planning. Phase three is actually called execution, and phase four is called monitoring and control. At the end, the last phase is called closing or closure, whatever it is. These five steps are actually again segregated into three different typical phases, which are pre-project phase, post-project phase, and the last phase is post-project phase. So initiation comes under the pre-project phase, whereas the planning, execution, and monitoring and control come with the project phase. The last phase, closure, is actually the post-project phase, which will have maintenance and support, and then closing and handing over the whole project with a different set of hypercare. In the first phase, the initiation phase, stakeholders align on different objectives. Initial scope is again prepared here. They finalize the understanding and contracts are signed. So within that particular pre-project phase, there are certain other documentation that's really moves ahead with, like scope document creation, feasibility studies, RFP, request for proposals, submitting the proposals, and then finding out a vendor based on the best value the organization is going to get out from. The next phase, that is called planning, and under the planning phase, the team creates the detailed, understanding of the requirement, business requirement, functional requirement, and then, they create the detailed project plan. Phase three is execution. Under this particular phase, the actual build is created, so the actual software is made from the scratch. And also in this particular execution phase, the testing happens, which uncovers the actual developed product is whatever is developed is really helpful to the customers. And the next two phases, like monitoring and control, and then closure. In the monitoring and controls, that runs parallel to execution to track the KPIs, quality, timelines, and different scope of understanding that the business is defined. And in the final phase, the project is handed over to the business organization, and then maintenance and contact place. Now let's talk about a process. It's a series of structured repeatable steps executed consistently to produce a better outcome or predictable outcome. What does that mean? That means process primarily is covers with different steps, and those steps are structured and static. So let's say, for an example, if you are doing something, let's to talk about an invoice processing, then initially a requisition is created, then it goes to the manager's approval. Once it is approved, it moves to the next steps, and then after that, if it exceeds a certain particular amount, then it goes through the different set of approval called VP approval. If not, then it will directly go for finance review, and then the invoice is going to be issued. If it is a project, then it will have multiple processes inside it, and those processes are again repeatable executions that will take place. These projects are typically ongoing and stable, and it will not change its form under any circumstances, and primarily designed to achieve a certain set of results every time it starts from. So every invoice that the organization is going to get will go through this particular process, and then at the end it will issue an invoice and finish it up. And at the end, let's see what differences project and processes will have so that we understand them together from a different perspective. So, from a definition point of view, projects are temporary endeavor for coming out or getting a unique outcome that we really get it. And again, process is also same, but it's ongoing and repeatable set of activities. When we talk about timeline, then the project will definitely have a start and end date, but the whole project is completed at the end. And when we talk about process, then the process will not have an end date and it will definitely run for a long time and it is indefinite. And the third process, the objective of both of them is different. So the objective of a project to introduce a particular change or create something that is new, and but for the process, understanding objective is it is achieved to maintain operational stability and quality. In the next stage, and as an output, each unique project will definitely deliver some deliverables, product, service, or an experience. Whereas the process is actually standardized, and then each time it will deliver the same result irrespective of what it is doing. When you speak about team, then the team for a project is temporary. They are cross-functional team formed for the particular project. And then the process, if it case of projects, it's a permanent team that takes care of these particular things every time it looks forward for. With that understanding, let us close our episode 1. You now have a solid understanding of what business analysis is, the role of a business analyst, and again, the vital differences between a project and a process, understanding its definition as well. In the next video, we are going to pick up a bit more understanding on different concepts so that we understand business analysis as a whole and see how we understand more about methodology, stakeholder mapping, and then understanding and the real requirements from business stakeholders. So thank you for watching this video completely. Please make sure to hit the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so that you don't miss day 2 as soon as it uploaded into YouTube. If you have any questions or concerns or any comment, please drop a comment over here and I'll see you in the next episode. Thank you for watching again and wait for the next video to come.